What's up, streamers? So, if the narrative of racial tensions couldn't get any more stranger and tense, um, I was shocked today that I was reading an article that a Detroit firefighter was discharged from his job. He was fired. It's kind of funny, firefighter. He was fired, but he was fired from his job. Yeah, I guess he was in the probation period, and he showed up for his first day at the station, not the office, the station, with a watermelon. And that is considered inflammatory and discriminative because 90% of his other staff, the rest of the crew, or whatever, I guess is African American. That's what they're saying. And that is racially discriminative, I guess because black people like watermelon. Not that white people can't like watermelon. Not that anybody else can't like watermelon. But that these black people were offended. This is fucking ludicrous. Seriously. If you can get fired from your job for bringing something to eat to work, like, I would almost understand if he just went the whole stereotype and was like, brought a bucket of chicken, brought the watermelon, some grape drink. You know, then I could say, okay, yeah, he's making a statement there. But just bringing a fucking watermelon to work got this man fired from his job. He's trying to put out buildings and houses that are engulfed in flames. That's what he wants to do for a living, which is a pretty dangerous job. But he's not going to be able to perform that task because he brought a fucking fruit to work. Like that is insane to me. In the day and age, like, we're arguing over people standing for the anthem and shit like that, but they got the right to do that. But you can't bring a fruit to work without being racist. Like, this is it's really crazy. Like, how ridiculous does this really sound? Like, who the fuck thinks that watermelon's racist? I mean, I've heard this stereotype, black people like watermelon. Shit, Nick Cannon did a song about it. Eat the watermelon. You know, I thought that shit was funny. But for somebody to actually lose their livelihood, or potential livelihood, because firefighters are kind of weird. They're volunteers at first. But as far as I know, he went through all the classes and he graduated. So he was going to be a firefighter. But now he won't be because he brought a watermelon in with a pink bow on top of it. Like, this is insane. Like, if this is the direction this country or this world is going to go, where you can get fired for bearing gifts, right? However, when certain groups of people kill people, you can't call that out as, you can't group them. You can group other people or call other people racist, but when you can't say something about other shit, like, it should be pretty clear. You shouldn't either be able to say anything about anyone, or everything should be racist, and nobody should be speaking to each other. And at that point, I mean, I can segregate everybody, men, women. Like, you have to pen pal everybody to fucking find a mate or something. Like, this is really sickening. It's ridiculous. I actually laughed about it, but the more I thought about it, I was like, almost terrified that this is where the fucking world's going, that you can't bring something to work without someone calling you a racist. You know, I say a lot of shit at work that I guess people could take offense to it, and honestly, I don't give a fuck. But I mean, I guess next potluck at my place of business, I'm not going to be bringing a watermelon or anything that can be construed as, I mean, like, if I can't bring halal meat, right? Because if one race or ethnic group caters to, I mean, what if you brought tacos? What if you, like, went to Taco Bell, right? And, like, fuck it, I'm going to buy the whole office tacos. So you buy, like, 30 tacos. Is that racist? If the majority of your staff is Hispanic? Are you, I mean, I would think they would like the shit. Or at least, you know, say thanks. I don't know. It's pretty wild for me. I don't really have a boiled down consensus thought Except for that, it's fucking ridiculous. This shit's out of hand. You know, it's bad enough people, like I said, are kneeling for anthems and, you know, disgracing so many other forms of shit. Whether it be trying to segregate, you know, their graduating classes at colleges and high schools, or, you know, yeah, kneeling for anthems, and just the dumb shit that people are doing, separating each other by race, when it really has nothing to do with anyone. I've said it many times that it's really financial status. People don't care about poor people. They just don't. You know, so when you're the 1% of the 1%, yeah, they don't give a fuck about us. I tell people that all the time, you know, at work. They're like, oh, me, this. I'm like, they don't know who you are. That's why we all have social security numbers. It's why we all have clock-in numbers. Because we're just a fucking number that is a means to something else. We're just a bolt, a screw. We're just a piece of the machinery that is life in this world. We're not white, we're not black, we're not male, we're not female. We just are existing. Only to us down here do we matter what anything is. Up there, they don't give a fuck. We're just fucking a means to a production. That's what it is. You know, so stop looking at the dumb shit like color and sexuality and male, female. Like, that shit is so dumb. And people getting fired over it, especially for bringing food to fucking work. Like, seriously. But anyways, I'd like to hear what y'all guys think about that shit, because I think it's ridiculous. I've said that probably 5 times already. Tell me what you think. Leave comments. Like, dislike. Tell me to fuck off. Subscribe. Peace.